the first of several videos on tabling. Tabling is the most complicated of the 4 steps to starting a KO or starting a bracketed Swiss. I'm going to go through the various options on this page and go through the concepts with a very simple case, and then we'll cover the more complicated cases later. What we have is, in this particular KO, I'm going to be showing other KOs as more complicated examples later. We have the inventory. So this is the current inventory for this event. We currently have 60 teams. They have been bracketed as a 13, 16, 15, 13. And one of the reasons I did that was to show multiple round robins. We have 120 tables available, so we have more tables than we have teams, so we don't need to worry about the inventory for this screen. This is the heart of the tabling process. Each of the brackets is numbered. We have 1 through 14. We have a list of the teams, and if we hover over, it'll show which team number is playing which team number. For each bracket, it shows the number of round robins and the number of head-to-heads. These 4 buttons are related to the CTD field that's shown on the display. So here is the projector for this particular event showing the 60 teams. I'll explain these more in another video. If the bracket has round robin tables, then this field is visible. And for bracket 1 and bracket 3, we do have round robins to assign. If there are no round robins that need to be assigned, so bracket 2, these fields are blank. These next 2 buttons, the first one is to reassign what's available, propose the tables, and what's proposed by default the first time we came in is the same thing that it's going to propose right now. The next button is a lock button. You'll see this lock button is with each of the head-to-heads or round robins, and there's also one at the top. The process is to look at all of the available assignments, decide that's what you want. When you lock a bracket in place, the software will not change that. As an example, let's say instead of having this at D2, that I decided that I wanted this at A3. Now A3 has already been assigned as a head-to-head in bracket 1. So when I assign A3, it automatically changes the head-to-heads and the remaining fields based on the logic, which is stationaries first. There are no stationaries in this. Then the round robins, then the head-to-heads. If I was to lock that in place, then that will not change. So I'm now going to lock that in place, and A3 will not get reassigned. If this was not locked, and supposing I now decided I wanted this to be A2, A1, A2, A3 for bracket 1 instead of A1, D1. Notice when I change it, this, because it's not been locked, also changes. So what I will do now is I'm going to assign this to be A2. Now I know that A2 has already been assigned up there, and as soon as the input focus leaves there, to assign A2, and now I've locked A2. So A2 will not be reused. So the logic for the software in assigning the round robins goes A1, A2, D1, D2. Once I've decided that I like all the values for a bracket, I can publish it. Publish displays on the projector. So the steps are an unlocked field, a locked field. A locked field is something that won't get changed, and then to publish. By publishing, it will also automatically lock. So I'm going to publish bracket 1. You see how the lock field changes. When I publish, this is the projector what's being displayed to the players. This screen will automatically change. It's on approximately every every 12 seconds. This is going to update. So the assignments are now up, they're now published, and when this screen refreshes, it will show the assignments. We only need to publish one bracket and it will go to the assignments screen. When I now publish another bracket, so let's say I'm ready to publish bracket 3, but maybe I haven't quite decided about brackets 2 and brackets 4 yet. And bracket 3 will be displayed. Again, this is on approximately a 12-second delay, and there bracket 3 is assigned. Now, I may not quite have decided what to do with brackets 3 and 4. So to give an example, I may decide that I want to put all of bracket, we decide to do it with bracket 2, that I want to put them at tables C3. So I'm going to put these at C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, and C10. That puts them all together. When I did that, you'll notice that the available brackets changed. Not going to change a published bracket. I'm now going to lock that in place, and I've now decided that everything is fine. I'll publish bracket 3. Sorry, bracket, which bracket was that? Bracket 2. And so after a 12-second delay, bracket 2 will now be displayed. Don't worry about the amount of time it goes from publishing to being updated on the screen. The 10-12 seconds is immaterial in the process. I'm now going to finally publish all brackets. This is very simple tabling. What we looked at here was the assignments. We did very, very simple changing of fields within the round robins and the head-to-heads. These buttons over here cover in a separate video. Once we've done with the tabling, we have everything published. We press the green button and it just now shows the assignments that we have. After we've finally published, we normally would go to view the brackets, and this is what we then go ahead and print for the caddies. So this is the first video on tabling, just covering some very simple steps.